This is Boxing Tickets NI. We are at Lab Fitness here in Belfast and delighted to be joined by one of Belfast news professionals, Gary Arthurs. Gary, first and foremost, how are you?
Not too bad, how are you?
I'm struggling on, I guess. We're probably just over a week and a half now, obviously, of having our first world champion in 5 years. Obviously, Ando Kakachi, not too far away from here. I'm sure you're the same yourself. You've that buzz. Just a couple of weeks ago, now you're announced you're returning professional.
Yeah.
Probably feels real for you all now.
Seeing that Orlando was unbelievable. See, especially because he's from this area, it's class. It was unbelievable for playing him. But yeah, like you said, a few weeks, so I'm hoping in years to come I do get up that level. But it's class. Honest to God, it was unbelievable.
I guess it's given everybody, even obviously a lot of professionals that's been there, and there's been some pros that's sort of retired during COVID and everything else, and now going, he's inspired me to come back. He's an inspiration, I guess, when someone sees someone from the local area go and do something.
Yeah.
It gives you that buzz to go and do it yourself.
Yeah, it's giving everyone hope. Like you said, everyone's saying it. Like you said, people come out of retirement because of it. I know I've seen Tyrone come back, and I don't know if that's because of Anthony, but he's come back and that will inspire people as well. Just shows you once you quit, it's never over. Like.
And obviously your announcement, obviously going pro was before that, so you can't say Ando Kakachi has inspired me.
I can't say that. I know, but he has given me a bit of buzz because I was watching it the other week and the last couple of weekends ago, and it did. I was watching it, give me a big buzz, and just made me can't wait for my first one.
Going sort of back, on yourself, I guess, any sort of first time interviews you do with anybody, it's more about getting to know them sort of thing. So, like, what age did you start boxing, and I guess why?
I started boxing when I was young, about 10, but it wasn't for fighting. It was just to get into something to do because I've always done football, Gaelic and stuff. But started boxing with a few friends, and I was the only one really stuck on it. And then throughout the years, I've met a couple new friends with boxing, and then I'd excel from there. I sat for a few years in between as a kid, getting beat in fights, bad robberies and stuff like that, put you off. But I always came back, and like a couple of years ago with COVID, I stopped. Glean closed, I came back. I've always just been in love with it, where I can't stay away for too long.
It's it's funny, like everybody I sort of speak to, like I can remember obviously fighters and things, they heard music coming from places, and when I had a look, like obviously boxing's like a drug, it's like adrenaline, it's like the most brutal sport in the world, but it's weird sort of how you can get sort of into it, like at 10 years of age, and you're sort of saying, the getting beaten, things like that, and obviously getting robbed of decisions, like you obviously probably didn't take defeat too well sort of at that stage.
No, not too well, because you were a kid. Getting beat was a big thing, but like I said, you always get back in the fight. For a kid, if you're a kid starting, I always say, just take the fight as it comes, like don't be taking the bad way, but win's unbelievable. So any defeat you have when you win against, you just brings you back up, just picks you up again.
I guess it's probably that old saying now. Sort of, it's not a defeat. It's sort of it's like a learning thing. Particularly obviously in amateur boxing. Obviously now with you turning professional, you can use them experiences in obviously a good way. It's sort of you're not like Floyd Mayweather. You're not going to go your whole career undefeated. So at least you can sort of learn wee things from your past.
You learn, big time. Because I have got big stages as well. Got beat in the Ulster Elite final a few years ago. That was a bad one. Not a bad one that way, but it put me off boxing a wee bit because I've trained really hard for it, and to get that beat in a big stage like that was a nightmare. But I thought about it. It's like you said, it's a learning curve, so it will help me when it comes to the pro league, big time.
For people that obviously would look on BoxRec, obviously it's sort of like the unofficial sort of record of obviously fighters nowadays. It only shows that you've had 4 fights. You've obviously had a lot more than 4 fights.
I've had lots of fights. That's I see when I went on it actually the route myself and seen 4. I was like, that's weird because I've had, I'd say, plus 50 plus fights, and I've been away abroad places as well. I've been to Germany, America a couple of times, Scotland, and none of them on it. So I'm like, it was a wee bit weird, but it's sure, I only have to bring a record up, don't I?
It's obviously, from what we can see on BoxRec, obviously you fought Callum Walsh quite a few years ago.
Yeah.
Is that sort of in some ways where you can sort of go, as an amateur, a box such and such, a box this person, a box this person, them experience you sort of learn, like do you look to these professionals now that you've fought in the past and sort of go, I can get to that level?
Get the level. Callum's unbelievable. It was a hard fight. He's away now, isn't he, in America? Mm-hmm. He's doing unbelievable, so to say I fought him was class. And there's a fella I fought in America, and he's pro now as well, and he's big up ranks. So like you said, it's good to say. I've sure read on people, and hopefully one day I do get up their level.
And like, I guess with the Glean, obviously club closing here, obviously it's now part of Lab Fitness, COVID and everything else. Was it you were falling in love in and out of love of the sport? Like, was it just probably maybe COVID came at the wrong time to sort of keep that inspiration sort of going for you to keep boxing?
I think there was a momentum more because the momentum you're stopping, you're not training as much. Even though Gleam was good to me over the lockdown, they gave me a boxing bag, they put up for me, so it kept me training. But it just wasn't the same. You're not in the club, you're not training with your friends, and your coaches aren't there helping you. So whenever COVID did finish, my head was in a rut because obviously you were locked in for years and you weren't training, so it was hard to get back. And then Paddy, he's my coach now, he opened Lab Fitness and he got me back in the swings and stuff. Got me back a fight manager, and then again a fight. My last fight I got beat, so it put me off. But now Paddy's here for me again, and it's a different whole game. It's a pro now, so I can't wait for it. It's like a whole new spark for it.
And obviously, tell me obviously what your role is here, because obviously you work here in Lab Fitness as well. You're PT here, or what
So I'm a coach. I'm a coach here as well. So I take the personal training and boxing. So I'm around boxing all day, every day. Even if I'm not training, I'm training people, which is good. So it's good to have Paddy around because he's obviously my boss. I'm a coach, so we can work around work. Because that was a big factor when I was younger as well, trying to fit work in the boxing. But now I can work around with boxing, which is good.
It's obviously, I guess, I've known Paddy obviously for quite a few years, and obviously I'm glad he's not here today because I'd be here doing a 3-hour interview with him.
Yeah, 100%.
But obviously Paddy's a really good guy, to say sort of from a work environment, and obviously now with a coaching environment as well, you're not going to escape Paddy Gall.
No, and so it's not a good thing. No, it's not a bad thing, sorry. It's not a bad thing because he is a good fella and he's good to be around. He's very good at his coaching. Like it's good to have him around because he does push you to past your limits, and that's what I need. I really need someone on my back like him. And because you said I can't escape him because I'm working with him as well, so I can't get away.
It's like Paddy doesn't like to speak too much of obviously his amateur accolades, but obviously Commonwealth gold medalist, obviously beating Callum Smith, 2012.
I think it was around that year anyway.
2010, 2012, something around that. So, like, obviously from what you know in Paddy of a work environment, you probably couldn't have a better guy in your corner as you start your professional career.
Yeah, that's what I said. His amateur career, like you said, went really well getting the gold medal. And I had in my head when I was amateur, I wanted to do it. That was my goal to go to Commonwealth, just like he done. But obviously the things turned around when I got beat. So now it's his pro career is now my target to be something like him because he was big inspiration in Belfast as well. He's unbelievable and his style of boxing class. So I'm hoping just to learn from him.
And Paddy obviously, in his last fight was obviously robbed, and obviously the Fila, obviously in the Chris Jenkins fight, he should have been British and Commonwealth champion. Like probably might still have been boxing now if that, if that had been the case, if he wasn't robbed and went on and done that, like I don't know where Paddy would have been now.
We know exactly. I wouldn't doubt him still boxing now because I don't know if he misses it, but I can still see a wee bit of a spark in his eyes when he's taking me boxing. You can see he still enjoys it. He still enjoys being around the sport because I know he's up in the high performance as well. He's up there training, coaching as well. But he's a good coach to be around, especially because all the stuff that's happened to him, he can bring it on to me because like the robbery, how he turned it around. But it's good fun.
Obviously, Dennis Morrison's obviously going to be your manager. Obviously, it's good to see Dennis back. He was obviously part of Boxing Ireland for a few years there. Like, how did the sort of signing with Dennis sort of come about?
So Dennis was always been around him because I coached him for a while in here because he was a part of the lab, and I knew Dennis was in the boxing with the managing years ago, and it was a bit of a joke at the start. I think it was a year ago. He texted me as a joke saying I'm going to go pro, and I was like I didn't take it serious. And even when he messaged me the other week, he messaged me, asked me, and I was like I don't know if he's being serious. So I played the joke along like it was no, I'm 100% serious, and I went no it is. I'm going to give it a shot because I do know him well, and it's a good relationship I have, so I can trust him. So that's why it made me want to do it.
We've obviously seen what he's done with people like Owen O'Neill in the past. Obviously, obviously Owen's moved on. Sort of when Boxing Ireland folded, he sort of had to move on the other avenues. Like you're going to be middleweight, I believe, is that correct?
Middleweight, yeah.
And you're 6'3" as well. So like at that weight class, at that height,
it's good.
You'll obviously be a problem for anybody.
Matt said doesn't need to fill a bit more now, probably. But at the height won't be a problem. At the height's the good advantage, 100%.
And like what do you obviously make of the, other than obviously Ananto becoming world champion, you obviously keep a keen eye on obviously Irish boxing and everything else like that. Like, what do you make of the current setup of the way boxing is?
The boxing in Ireland at the minute, you mean? Yeah, I think it's boxing Ireland's best it's ever been. I think everyone would agree. Like we were talking before this interview about how many shows get announced so far. So the boxing in Ireland is unbelievable. Especially when Ananto winning, it's getting a wee bit of spark back with every fighter. So all these shows come out, it's class, and I hope to see more, definitely.
I would say 11th show there announced just this morning. Obviously, there's 2 now in the SSE and obviously 1 in Dublin. Like, do you know obviously when you're going to be? I guess you don't want to obviously say anything out of turn, but do you have a sort of date penciled in of when you're going to make your debut?
Not penciling, but we're talks now at the minute about stuff. So if everything goes well, it'll be soon.
And I guess that's the thing now. You want to get into a camp and obviously prepare for a fight. Like what's coming up 3 years probably since your last fight as well.
That's right. So that's why I need to get the head's been down already the last few weeks. I've been training like I have been in camp, but now it's coming closer to a fight being announced. I have to definitely put the work in.
And what will people obviously expect of obviously, you know, your style as a boxer, you know, I think from what I read from Dennis, obviously you're a big puncher and stuff like that. Like what can people expect of your pro style?
Obviously pro is different than amateur, so amateur's more like you be moving more, so pro it's going to be a whole different game plan than maybe Paddy. So the way I box with amateur won't be the same as pro. So obviously I'll be different, a whole different style of boxing.
I guess in some ways, you know, when people, you know, come across from a very good amateur level, when you're used to sort of having phone box sort of really tactical fights, your first couple of fights as a pro will probably be against journeyman sort of level fighters. So like you'll sort of be going, what's going on? This guy's not here to fight, but you probably understand that you have to have the stabilisers on you for a few fights so you can get adjusted to Paddy can get adjusted to you. So for the first couple of fights you'll probably feel like Floyd Mayweather in a way where you'll be able to do whatever you want in the ring. I guess just making sure you're obviously defensive minded as well.
Like you say, and then you get used to it. It's like I need to take a couple of fights probably before I get used to the style of boxing at pro side. So I can't wait for it. I actually can't wait for a change of boxing as well because obviously it was amateur boxing since I was 10, and to go into a whole new style. It's enjoyable. It's a good to learn something new, and I can't wait for it. Really can't wait.
And I guess obviously it's getting used to obviously selling tickets, obviously asking people to sponsor and stuff like that. Have you got any sponsors involved since your announcement?
I've got a few shoes coming on board at the minute, and a few more hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Especially if a fight is announced, more will want to be jump on board. But yeah, all the sponsors will be hopefully get sorted soon, and the ticket sales don't think will be a problem. But hopefully get a good crowd going, especially for the debut.
I guess obviously with everybody training stuff in the gym, like it's probably going to be easy, sort of in some ways, where somebody's going, Gary beasts me in a 3 or 5 days a week. I'm going to go and see him getting beasted sort of in the ring.
That's it. So I learn them how to box, and then it'd be good about them to come and watch me. And it's got to be a big fan base just from my lab alone. Get them on the laptops then, get them on the side of the ring, watching, be good.
It's probably in some ways it'll probably help obviously your career here, obviously in lab fitness as well, because obviously there are people then saying I'm training with a professional boxer rather than Gary Arthur was obviously an amateur. So in some ways it may help build your profile a bit more as well.
Yeah, that's it. See, just to be able to say from the lab or the pro boxer and an ex-pro boxer, it's good for them because they come in and be like, oh, we're not getting trained by someone's never boxed before, someone who don't know how to throw a punch, but now they're getting trained by an ex-pro and a pro. And nearly we've got a new member, Marty McCulloch. He's a box. He was a good level of boxing. So 3 high level boxers in Polly. He's been coached by us, and he knows his stuff at the minute. So the lab is in good hands.
Okay. Well, listen, obviously it's been good to getting to know you a bit more. Obviously we'll look forward to getting some fight news, and obviously we'll follow the journey as closely as we can.
Yep. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers, Gary. Thank you.
Thank you.